So let's give an example of the problem that I envisage happening. Notice we're not doing anything with any of these values. We're not adding, subtracting or multiplying at the moment. We're just having the methods available to us in the class F library. And the first one that I want to sort of deal with is the fact that we didn't have a constructor. So when I created I've created a point, that should have been a fraction, silly me. When I created a fraction, let's just make sure that does the same thing. When I created a fraction, I used the keyword new for a new fraction because there was a constructor that I had to send values to. However, in my F library, fraction library, I don't have a constructor. So let's assume that I want to add a couple of fractions together. I've already got one fraction called f. I'm going to use that. I'm going to go f equals. Now I have to prefix it with F library. I can't just have add F and F. That will give me an error saying it doesn't know where to find add. So I need to prefix that with F library, so it knows which file the add routine is in. And if I just F library.add, we should be okay, but we've still got an error message. So I've prefixed it with the library, I've given it the method name, I've given it two parameters, being fractions, and returned a fraction, and I'm still getting an error. And the error is really, really important for what I'm doing at the moment. It says it's a non-static method, add fraction fraction. That word static is the important part. Now there are two things. When I create an object like a fraction, I'm creating a new one. In other words, it doesn't exist. And I can create as many new ones as I want, and they are dynamic. In other words, it can grow and grow and grow. I can have none, I can have 4,000. However, in my library, I want to always have add, subtract, multiply and divide. They're sort of constant inside here. So I've got a library with the constant routines add, subtract, multiply and divide, and I didn't give it a constructor for that purpose. Now the point is that these really are static methods, and we can see an example of a static method if we go back to our main program. We've got public, then the keyword static. That means it's always present. Okay, it doesn't return anything, and it's called main. And this is what we need to do. We need to prefix all of our library routines, the add, subtract, multiply and divide, with the keyword static, to say that they are always available in the library for us to use. So if I go back to library and if I put static in front of there, notice it didn't give me an error inside here. It only gave me an error when I tried to use it. Static on all of them. Okay, and finally this one, static. And what I get now when I go back to my data types is really that error should go away, and it has. So that's now sort of made those library routines constant. I can use them from anywhere as long as I prefix them with the library that they're in. It's not going to do anything because we don't have any routines for add. We just know it's going to return, so even if I run it, we're not going to get much out. If maybe get an error, who knows. There we go, 1/1. So that's sort of working. It's setting up a new fraction and returning the result 1/1. And if we think about it, what we sent in was 2/4, so it is changing it. So in the next video, we're going to take a look now at our adding or our math routines, and we're going to build on those so that they work.